Here doing culvert work this morning. Just wanted to show you this white pine here. They're getting ready for winter, but the cones on this white pine are smaller than I've ever seen on a white pine before. Some of them are open, some of them aren't. I'll just zoom in on one of the open ones here if I can find one in my camera view. I think there's one there. Hard to see with the sunlight. There it is. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice and small this year. Then we'll get lots of seed. There's way more cones than I've ever seen on a white pine before. I just noticed on here that these needles are actually 2 per bundle. There's 2 needles on there. So it's not a white pine. It's either, it's not a jack pine either. The needles are way too long and they're not spread out like somebody doing jumping jacks. It's not a Scots pine because the needles are not twisted. So it could be an Austrian pine or a red pine. So I don't know. Might actually be a red pine. There's the trunks. They're pretty old trees. So it's not a white pine. It might actually be a red pine. I'm not sure how a Scots pine or an Austrian pine looks, but I'm thinking probably red pine for surviving this well here. I'm gonna double check my pine at home. So that's why the cones are so small. Because it's not a white pine. Ah, how about that? See those other pines we saw today? I noticed that they aren't white pines. So we're just going to compare to my white pine here. And I'll show you. If you look at the needles in here, you can see each bunch has 5. Each bunch of needles. If I take one little bunch here, it's got 5 needles in that bunch. And that's a white pine, has that. Hang on here. Sorry about that. I had to get the dog out of something. Anyway, so my white pine is doing the same thing as those other pines were doing. Shedding all the inside needles. But the needle length is not quite as long as those pines are. But like I was saying, if you look at the amount of needles there are 5 in each bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means it's a white pine. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I figured I'd show you guys that. Since I saw those ones were 2. So here's a pack of dead ones. You can see. Ooh, if I can hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's one of our native white pines. Yeah. The growth is a little bit different than those other pines we saw. I just saw the long needles and assumed it was a white pine, but it definitely wasn't. Pretty sure it was a red pine because the needles were way fluffier than my white pine and longer. But they didn't have any of the qualities of the other pines, like the twisted needles or the splayed out needles. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You. Okay, good boy. I made him sit there because he was doing this. Good boy. So the other thing I want to try and get done today is, at the very least, connect my rope for my door so I can roll up the door properly. The tarp that went over top where the clear plastic is now, the door ropes used to attach to it on the top. And it's in here, it's just, oh, I see my plywood is way pushed forward. Interesting. So it's just like a little pulley up there, and the strings come down, and usually this one here, will go around where the door flips up and attaches to the other side, and there's one on each side. Little pulley up there, and the rope tied down and around, which I've shortened them so they don't get tangled on anything. So now that that main plastic part's gone, I'm going to attach it through here. There's a bar that goes across. I'm going to poke a couple holes and tape them up with my tuck tape after. I notice a couple of other holes there too. Before I do that, I'm going to fix that plywood in there. But yeah, I'm going to attach that today and hopefully get some of this stuff taped, because it keeps popping over the top. Oh, little update to the plants. I have to move all of these ones. I'm going to make a little thing here for my pup to sleep in, but these guys are still flowering away, even though it gets like super cold in here at night. My desert rose is liking the cold. It's flowering and everything. This desert rose also loves the cold. And this is one I want to get in the house. I don't want it to go dormant. I want the flowers, so I'm going to bring it in again this winter. Look at those roots. So we're going to dress this up. I might repot it. This one needs a trim too. It's super top heavy, and I noticed finally some new growth down here. And oh my goodness, the cuttings are flowering like crazy. And my pomegranates, for some reason, they were dormant all summer because it was so cold, and then our night temperatures went up for a little bit, and they broke dormancy. So now they're all leafed out. Even the ones in the forest here, and well, you can't really see them. But all of them that were dormant just leafed out. My two other ones leafed out in the house. I had them upstairs, so they broke dormancy in the house. And they're outside going into their full fall colors. But these ones here are literally just leafing out, so weird. They had their dormancy. They were dormant for months. So I'll probably bring them in early. Maybe I'll do some of these weed a bunch of these and trim them up to get them inside. Look at the weeds growing in here. That's insane. These are like baby tears or baby's breath or something like that. I planted them in the garden once 15 years ago, and they show up everywhere unannounced. And my hibiscus flowered, and this cutting here is giving me miniature flowers. Look how small it is. Yeah, better turn some light on so it focuses. But yeah, cutting. I didn't know that flowers could become smaller. I thought they were the same size no matter what the size of the plant is, but these flowers from this cutting are half the size of the flowers from my big plants. That's a fun thing to find. My $50 challenge forest. It's starting to have a hard time with the cold, so I gotta get that one in the house. Even my Schefflera does not like the cold either. Yeah, everything else seems to be okay. I close this door at night and stuff like that, so I better get going. It's getting dark pretty fast, so I better get going on that shelter there. Try and get that door open and get that stuff taped up. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so usually when it rains it means it's going to be windy. And if it's going to be windy, then that's going to... Whoa! Look at that moon! Oh, a cell phone moon is awful, but look at that moon. It's huge. Come on, focus. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Hang on. Oh, there goes a flock of birds. Let me try and see how far in I can zoom. Oh, that's as far as I can go. I can go farther if I took a picture. Isn't that amazing? It's huge. I wish you could see what my eyes see. It's actually very orange. Wow. Anyway, I gotta get going. It's actually nice right now. It's cold, but there's no wind, so it's really nice. Actually, hang on. I gotta do something first. Okay, now it's really, really getting dark. Maybe that full moon will light things up. I need a pair of scissors. That's what I get for not putting stuff away. I can't find it. Okay. I actually thought that was the bar up there, but it's not. It's the flag. The bar is higher. This is actually the plywood. Where is up there? I have no idea how that plywood even got up there like that. Oh, I don't even know how I'm going to move it. Let's see if I can get some leverage. Move it. That's working. There's the bar. Oh! That's why there's a hole there. I wondered why there was a hole here. There's a bolt sticking out the wrong way. Huh. Well, I'll have to fix that later. I don't have tools for that right now. I need to get a few things done before bed. Is it getting too dark for you guys? Oh my goodness. I don't know if the light will help. Oh, it does help a little bit. I guess I can turn on my truck headlights too. That might help. Got my tuck tape, my scissors. Oh, forgot how far they are. Ugh. A couple inches from that seam. This one's right on that seam. Okay. Perfect. That one will go on that seam. Oh, no even ground here either, so you have to be careful. Doesn't matter how cold it is, there's still bugs out here. And they're biting me. Okay, that's one. Okay. I'll have to test it out after, but I just got to go in and tie those. Face. If the ladder falls over, it'll definitely be on camera. Not just my cell phone camera that you guys are footage you guys are watching, but my security camera too. Find my dog. Where's my dog? What's my dog doing way over there, huh? What's my dog doing way over there? Okay, let's see if this works. My dog's as clumsy as I am. How about that? That's not too shabby at all. That works. Woohoo! That works. That works. Just gotta tape it. That cell phone has a bright light. This is what happens when you work long hours. Make sure you guys can still see. Good boy, Gunner. You guys can't see anything that I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we get closer, if the light will reach. Will the light reach? No. Hang on. Oh, can't even do that. I don't have my car keys, my truck keys. Wow. Okay, well, since it's so dark, what I'll do is I'll do this on my own without you guys. And then I'll show you guys what I did in the morning when there's actual light. If there's light in the morning. Might have to wait till after work.